Vasquez. I'm 17, and I'm really excited to talk to you because I'm excited for like the questions that you're gonna have, and I'm excited to know more about the program because like I don't know that much. I just saw like what was online, but like I really love to know like what y'all all about.
Our program is really just geared towards high school and college students. We have a resource database that houses a bunch of scholarships and internship opportunities. Our in-house scholarship is our biggest one. So the Storyteller Scholarship is kind of like our child. We give students the opportunity to share their stories in terms of like their accomplishments, impacts in their community, and then we edit them completely and kind of make it a very it's almost like a short little film documentary for each of the students to have as well as also to like um we always kind of give this opportunity of like you should always put these in any applications that ask for URLs because it's a really good way for um like college applications or like college or programs in general to see you as a person, not just words on paper. But the Storyteller Scholarship and like our fellowship is kind of our biggest thing. But no, thank you for asking. That's really nice.
No, that's actually so cool because like what I like, I'm going to college next year. I'm a senior and like I was thinking I wanted to be like a political science journalist. And so like with that, like I would like my dream would be to like do documentaries and like put it on social media, put it on the news and see how laws affect real people. So like just this whole documentary idea sounds so cool to me.
um, so I guess my first question for you is what do you feel like is, your accomplishment, personal project that you're really proud of working on, and why is it really important to you?
Okay, so the thing that I'm like most proud of working on is actually like so I entered this competition called the National History Day competition. And so
Okay.
like I did it 8th grade, ninth grade and 10th grade, and so I work on a whole bunch of like not letters, but papers like Constance Baker Motley, like people like that. So she was a civil rights activist during like the 60s. And so I absolutely love working on papers like that that get to showcase like different people who have been outstanding in their community. And then I feel like I paired that because I talk about things like that in this organization that I'm called Outstanding Mature Girls, which like it's like a relatable group of black girls in the Baton Rouge area that go out and do philanthropy, and we go out on the news and talk about young voters. Even though I can't even vote yet, but like I'm still just talking about voting and how important it is and how important it is to be in like in our community. And like I've been on a board to talk to the Louisiana Health Department about different like mental health stigmas for teenagers and stuff like that. So that's what I love to do, and I'm so proud to be able to do that because I feel like one of my life's purpose is to make like mass positive impacts on my community. So like I want to do whatever it is I can to be able to do that, and I especially love being able to advocate for like my community and for youth and things like that.
Very beautiful. And you're so young, so that makes me really happy for my future. As I get older, there are the younger generation that will not let me die in this world. Okay, so my next question is, you said you're in high school, you're going to college next year?
Yeah, well, this year technically.
Oh, this year. What are you studying or what are you going to study?
So like this is kind of daunting, but I want to double major in journalism and political science and minor in Spanish. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
But like I already have like a lot of Spanish credits because I've taken the two Spanish credits for like AP class or whatever. So
Yeah.
if I go to UNO, which I think that's where I'm going, they'll take that. And so like I already have like a whole bunch of credits for my Spanish because I'm Puerto Rican. Like I'm Puerto Rican and black, and I live in like a single parent household with just my mom, and she's like the black parent, and so I'm
Yeah.
not able to go to Puerto Rico as much or see my dad as much. But I love being able to speak Spanish with my family, and so like, and I love how I'm able to translate for them wherever we go. So like, with whatever I do, I want to be able to incorporate that. So like, let's say I'm on like this news segment, I want to be able also talk in Spanish, so like the Spanish listeners can talk as well. So like, having a minor in Spanish would be really great for that.
Yeah.
And then for journalism, like I absolutely love to write. And like, it's crazy because like I've applied to 13 colleges so far, and like everyone like hates doing the writing supplements and all that, but like I genuinely enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed going through the whole process. Like I had to look into myself to see like all my experiences and all that. And I'm like, wow, this would be so good if I'm able to like do this in the real world. And I especially love like my AP language and what was it, language and composition class. And like, I don't know, I just learned that I like love writing. And so, I also have always loved political science. Like I love, like I talked about with OMG, I'm always talking about voting and I'm talking about advocacy and I'm talking about change. And I feel it. And so I want to combine that. And
Mhm.
so, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but your personality is very contagious. Like your bubbliness is so adorable, like I'm gonna cry.
Thank you.
Like it's so cute. Like I just want to talk to you all day. But and great answer. And it's obvious that you have a very big passion for what you want to do in life. And that's my number one thing is I tell everyone is if you don't have the passion for it, then you're not going to do anything with it. So checkbox complete.
Oh, thank you.
Um, in terms of like, so you want to study a lot, but in terms of like a topic or a skill that you feel like should be taught in schools, whether it's high school, college, even younger than that, what do you feel like that topic should be?
Okay, so this one is kind of interesting. So I don't know how you'd be able to teach it, but like being able to somehow teach emotional intelligence, I feel like would be so important because I feel like as students, like of course you have your parents or but like you may not have like a good home life or whatever, but like I feel like okay, so at the beginning of high school, like I did not know how to deal with my feelings, like my mom and dad they're divorced and like my dad isn't really there and all that, so I didn't know how to like deal with my feelings and like I had so much anger and so then like that caused me anxiety and other things like that. And so I would push away things because I didn't know how to deal with them. And so it wouldn't allow me to get my work done. Or I'm also like very active with playing volleyball. Like I love volleyball. And so like I would shy away from things because I just didn't know how to deal with my emotions. So if we're being taught in school how to deal with our emotions, how to get through things and how to persevere, I feel like that will make such a huge difference.
Yeah. No, that's great. I know they teach that like in psychology, but it's like they teach it as just one person and like
Yeah,
one sort of example. It's like how does that apply to me? How does that apply to like other
exactly.
people? So, yeah, no, that's a great example. Um, okay, tell me about someone that you feel like has really impacted your life and why.
Okay, so this is kind of like the obvious example, but like my mom, um, she
Yeah.
like she is an amazing role model for me. Like being able, like she, like I don't know how to describe it. Like my mom, like she, like I said, my mom and dad were divorced whenever I was like 3, and so like, and she was in the Navy, and so she's like this really strong role model, and so she was in the Navy. Like she's still a reservist to this day and she like went to school while she was raising me at Southern, like our local HBCU, and she was also a student worker at the Baton Rouge Police Department. Like she worked so hard to get me to where I am. She's such an amazing role model. Like she's made so many sacrifices, and now she's working at the Louisiana Highway Safety Department, and so she's teaching people how to be safe and advocating for others. And like her specific job is to be able to get the message out to diverse groups of people. And like I love that so much. She's advocating, and that's like what I want to do as well.
Yeah. Okay, girl boss. We love
I
that.
know, I know. I'm so proud of her.
Ugh. She also raised a wonderful daughter. So
Oh, thank
if her
you.
accomplishments aren't, alone amazing, you are proof of that.
Oh, thank you.
Um, you're so welcome. Okay, so do you feel like there's a cause or a social issue that you're really passionate about, and why is it important to you?
Okay, so there's a couple actually. So, I'm really, really passionate about like Cancer Alley. So it's like this 85-mile stretch near the Mississippi River, where I live. Ooh,
Oh, so
did it
sorry.
pause?
You
Okay,
cut
it's
out.
kind of pausing.
Sorry, you cut out. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
perfect. You cut out at Cancer Alley.
Okay, so it's like this
Okay.
85-mile stretch near the Mississippi River, and I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so like it's really close to me. And so basically, there's a whole bunch of petrochemical plants that, and it's in areas where there's like mainly black communities, minority communities, and nothing is being done about it. Like they continue to put the plants in those areas because, they're a marginalized group. And so there's so many people that are getting cancer, and like I helped my friend. I was in AP seminar and AP research. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I helped my friend like do research on her project and like I'm like low key outraged that's even a thing like that like
Ah,
companies are able to get away with that and so I am would cut out again. Okay. I am like I would
Oh,
love to talk more about that. And like this whole thing where I talked about doing documentaries to see how laws affect real people, I would love to do like an interview with the people down there and be able to spread it so like that this can't happen anymore. I want to be able to like move petrochemical plants or do something about, I don't even know what the solution could be, but like do something about this. And then also the second
right.
thing is like I said, I'm Puerto Rican, and so I've written so many essays for my English classes about how, I don't know if this is me, but I keep cutting out. Let's see.
Oh, you're good. I can still hear you.
You can't. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in Puerto Rico, the the power grid is always going out. Like I go to Puerto Rico every single summer, and like there's always electrical outages. Like, and that's because of the grids are under one company called Luma, and it's like federally owned, and so. There's been so much outrage about it, and like I would love to be able to talk more about that. Like I'm so passionate about it. Like if I had a million people to talk in front of, I would talk about like discrimination and like these marginalized groups.
Yeah. No, that's well, first of all, both are equally, as important in terms of like spreading the word and making sure that, we are getting a control on them. But the first one is so interesting to me because do people actually live there willingly?
Well, yeah, they kind of have to. Like, it's
Yeah, they
mainly
can't.
low income people who can't afford to move anywhere else. So they put the chemicals right there because they know that they can't do anything about it. So, like, all these mass groups of people are getting cancer because they simply can't afford to be anywhere else.
Oh my God. That I feel like that really only happens in the movies. That's
I
crazy.
know, I know. And it's not even talked about like that. Like, only people in Louisiana who have lost family members really know about it, which is crazy.
Is it more of like do people consider it more of like a conspiracy theory?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think everyone like in Louisiana at least or like where I live is aware of it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's nothing that you can really do about it. Cause like the reason
Right.
why I learned about this whole situation is because my grandpa, he works at the plant. He's worked at the plant for I think 20 years now, and like he knows it's a grave issue, but like he can't really get a job anywhere else. He can't really do anything about it. It's kind of like the company's fault, you know what I mean? But like so he's aware like that it's a problem, but nothing can really be done about
Yeah.
it because what are you supposed to do besides just talk about it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. I have to Google that after this.
No,
That's
please do. It's so
no,
interesting.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Where is that by the way, so I can know to not go there?
It's in Louisiana. It's like where I live. It's look up Cancer Alley, Baton Rouge, and you'll be
Okay.
able to see it.
Cool. Cool. Sick. Okay. Um, okay. So you obviously want to make a large impact on the world, and you seem like a very positive person. You want to spread awareness and kindness and just like goodness in the world. What do you feel like for like a piece of advice that you would give someone who is either trying to do something similar or wants to do something similar but doesn't know how to start?
So okay, so what I'm still learning, I feel like, I would say to be true to yourself and definitely have a passion for whatever you want to do. And also, like, the biggest thing that I'm definitely learning this year is my New Year's resolution for 2025 actually is to be brave. So, like, be brave in being yourself, be brave in being outspoken about whatever you think, about your opinions, be brave in, like, in whatever endeavors you want to do. With, like, if you want to study this one thing, you go out and do it. If you want to talk about this one thing, don't be scared of what anyone else is going to say. Just go out and be you and be brave.
Perfect. Well said. Very well said. Okay, my last question is, what do you feel like has been, a challenge that you've had to work through, and how do you feel like it shaped you to who you are today?
One of the biggest challenges, like I said, that emotional intelligence thing, be able to work through my emotions has been like the biggest challenge. Like I was on the phone with my mom like right before this, and I was talking about like this application that I wanted to submit, and I was like, I'm so scared to do this. Like it's about being brave, and she was like, you're your own biggest setback. Like you're your own biggest problem.
Mhm.
Like you will self sabotage, and that's I've always self sabotaged myself. I'm my biggest problem, but also my biggest asset. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, because I feel like through every challenge I've been able to get through it. You know, I've been resilient. But the biggest problem has been myself, which is kind of crazy, but I'm working through it.
No, it's such a common thing. We are our like biggest critics.
Yes.
And there's really no way to get around that except just like stop. Stop. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta
literally,
keep telling yourself, like, just shut up, just shut up.
literally.
Um, yeah, no, imposter syndrome is real, and that needs to be talked about more.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
It's like you work so hard to get yourself in this position, and then you're telling yourself you don't deserve to be there. It's like,
Yeah. No, I know. Okay, so kind of, I guess that wasn't my last question. This is my last question. What do you feel like, kind of that challenge is something that you have worked through or are working or currently working through?
I feel like it will be ongoing for like the rest of my life. I don't feel like, which I'm kind of happy about it, but I'm kind of not because I want to have that inner critic because I don't ever want to be completely satisfied. There's always room to grow. There's always room to do something else. But at the same time, I want to
Yeah.
be proud of everything that I've done and be able to go through and push through challenges without like beating myself up because I know I'm doing the best
Yeah.
that I can. Everyone's doing the best that they can. But like I still want it to be ongoing in a way just so I know that I can continue to do more.
Right. Right. Okay, so I guess my question is, what do you feel like is a piece of advice that either you wish you had in terms of like kind of battling this, or a piece of advice that you would give someone who's going through a similar challenge?
Piece of advice. I don't know because I feel like the experiences that I've gone through have helped me realize all these things and I feel like so experiences are what you need to go through it. I feel like you can give somebody advice, or at least for me, someone can give me advice and I can take it seriously, I can respect it and all that, but like unless you
Yeah.
go through it, you're not really going to be able to take it in and be able to realize like, oh, this is what has to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. You're like I guess your advice is like live the lesson.
That would be
Yeah.
my advice, live the lesson.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so that was my last question, but do you have anything that you kind of want to share? This is the open forum for you.
I don't think I have anything else besides thank you so much for talking to me. Like, you say that I'm bubbly, but you're super bubbly. I'm so happy. I thought I was gonna have someone like really strict and like I was gonna be scared. So thank you so much.
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!